And you mentioned this already, but what does it mean to mobilize communities, and tangibly, how does that unfold at the Hunger Project?
So the way that we work also has evolved. Um, and we learned from a lot of, Gandhian and other kinds of community organizers who've been around for 100 years, that people living in abject poverty have been convinced through lots of hard experience that this is their destiny, that they are, that they were born poor, that they will die poor. And also that they're waiting, they've been told by their governments that the government will rescue them, and the government never does. So there's this dependency and deep resignation that sets in. People are therefore convinced they can't improve things. So it has to start with an awakening process. People need to discover their own power to make change, and that needs to be strengthened over time as they build more and more confidence. So that's a big mindset shift that has to happen to have communities able to take charge of their own development. And when you think of the issues, it's really only the people in that community that can solve them. So first, we have a process called the Vision, Commitment, and Action Workshop. That's sort of the starting point. And this is facilitated by local people from their own community. They get a sense of how that they actually do have a vision. They actually do know, maybe it's been suppressed, but they do know how they would like it to be for their families and their community and their village. And that they have a right to that vision. That's kind of an emotional discovery for a lot of people who've been suppressed for hundreds of years. I've witnessed these workshops in Bangladesh. And if you've been to Bangladesh, Bangladeshis are kind of emotional. I mean, they literally start crying when they're in touch with their vision. And then they analyze that vision. And what do they really need outside help for? What could they work on together? And what could they start working on just themselves, just today? And they sort of make check boxes in these categories for each of the things they want in their vision. And they discovered, almost all of this we could be working on today without anybody from outside.
Wow.
And that's a breakthrough discovery. If they commit to it, things like rebuilding the collapsed school classroom, or cleaning the garbage off of the streets, or cleaning out and fixing a well. Those are things they actually have the power to do themselves. There are a few things that they're really going to need outside resources for.